Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Stock Market Show. This is your host, Shades. I did add KULR here at 1.20. I'm going to sit on the position. I added a starter, 500 shares on my small account challenge that I'm doing. Let's see if it works out. But added 500 shares to start. I did not alert this in the Discord. I'm not going to alert it, not yet. I'll alert if I add a big position on my main account, not on the small account. But this should move back to 1.8 and beyond. This is good. This is what we wanted. This is what I asked for. It gave me what I wanted. That crossover. Look at that. That crossover happened. I started position. I'm not going to go nutso, right? I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not. Because I would expect this to go sideways like it did here, right? It got the crossover and it just went sideways here. Kind of went much. If anything, this goes to 1.40 and I guess I could flip it if I want. You know, I could flip it for what? $100? Really? Nah, that's not right. Is that correct? 500. Well, I don't have exactly 500 shares, but if it was 500 shares, if you bought, let's say 1,000 shares, just to make the math easy, if you bought 1,000 shares and it goes up 20 cents, I would make about almost really, I would make almost $100. I keep forgetting this is a $1 stock, so it doesn't take much movement for this to give me any significant amount of gains. I keep forgetting that, because we're so focused right now on on $10, $20 stocks. But yeah, I bought it, small account. I will not alert it in the Discord yet until we see that weekly crossover, because that's a stronger signal. The last time that happened, as Tom Lee would say, is back in November 4th, 2024. And by the way, Tom Lee did say, hey, Shades knows his stuff. This was last year. Yeah, he's my cousin. My name is Shades Lee, but yeah, I'm not Asian though. I don't know how it happened, but it happened. Okay, jokes aside though, KULR stock here, the weekly candle crossover, that's the most important one. That's when I will alert the big position. The daily MACD, I'm just using it to add a small position, starter position. The weekly MACD, I know it sounds crazy, like, wait, you're going to average up? Yeah, imagine not averaging up as it went up higher like this. You want to average up in a bull run, that makes sense. Yeah, what do you think long-term holders are doing? What are they doing? The people who just invest in the S&P 500, what do you think they're doing? They're just dollar cost averaging as it goes higher in a bull run. And if it goes lower, cool, they get to buy it cheaper. They don't care because they're invested for like 30 plus years, right? And it's the S&P 500. They're playing it super safe. But that weekly crossover it's money, right? We've seen right here, when that crossover happens, it means it's found a bottom, and it takes weeks. It might take weeks for us to get a big run, but it will happen. That's the pattern. I've gone over this over and over again. I'm not going to continue to pound the table. But, yeah, so daily MACD crossover, starter position. Weekly MACD crossover, I'll add bigger, and I'll alert it in the Discord. That's the game plan right now. So, again, that's a very powerful signal. We got it on SoundHound. Look at that weekly crossover happened back in May. And guess what? Every time that crossover on the weekly time frame has happened, the last time it happened here, it just went sideways for months before that huge run to 25. And I made a SoundHound video today that you should watch, because maybe I said some crazy stuff, some fun stuff, but I do believe AI is the future here. And you can see on SoundHound, the weekly crossover happened here. What happened? It just went sideways before that big run to $10. So it's a very reliable signal. Guess what? Crossover happened and it's just going sideways. Eventually we'll get a big run. I mean, it happened with APLD, right? Crossover happened on the weekly, big run. Sometimes it happens right away. Sometimes it happens, it takes a while sometimes. Right now, KULR and SoundHound, they're taking a while to get moving. And that's a good thing, because obviously I'm going to go with SoundHound over KULR. But I think there's opportunity here with KULR anyways. But I'm just not going to go as big. I'm in like with 10K almost on SoundHound. Versus KULR, I'm only in with like 2.5K total. Because I'm still holding the shares at $2. The original 2K shares that I bought up there. But anyways, yeah, that's about it. The daily, I bought on that crossover. Small starter position. Weekly time frame, that weekly crossover is the stronger signal. Because they would take so much buying pressure from the smaller time frame, from the daily green candles. We would have to have multiple daily green candles for this to get that crossover. We have not gotten it, and it happens rarely, right? The last time we got it was way back, 7 months ago, 8 months ago. So it's a rare signal, but when it comes around, it's very powerful. APLD, it got its signal, and it's a very powerful signal, and look where it is now. The last time it got it, February 17. Here, it got it on May 12th. So it can take a few months. But when it comes around, you don't get scared. You get excited because, wow, we're about to head even higher. And that's all I got to say. Again, we're trading off of the assumption that we are in a bull market. That's how we've been behaving. We've been behaving like we're in a bull market, right? We haven't been. Remember when stocks were just falling, right? Stocks were just kept going lower and lower and lower and lower every day. It would pump in pre-market, then sell off the rest of the day. Now we're doing the opposite. We're selling off, and then we immediately, buyers show up and we push higher. So this is a bull run for all intents and purposes in my mind already. I cannot do that. I cannot. But until I get confirmation from NVIDIA, I'm not going to bother to really give it the thumbs up. But I've been treating it like a bull run. We've just been buying dips and buying bottoms. Because buying a bottom in a bull market just means it's a matter of time before it gets the catalyst and that sends it higher, if that makes sense. Whereas a bear market, you're having to fight overall selling pressure from the market, pushing everything down. Yeah, you should have experienced this already. Literally, the first 4 months of this year was nothing but downside or sideways action towards the end of it. And now we're just climbing higher. The only thing that sucks is that KULR, like I said, it's just been kind of going nowhere. Meanwhile, the market is like heading to new highs. So it's very interesting to note that, let me see, where is it? A lot of the stocks that are going sideways right now, they're not getting its big move. They're not getting the attention right now. But we know that eventually they will because they have those historical patterns. Be it SoundHound or, you can see here the spikes. Be it SoundHound or KULR. We get those spikes eventually. But it takes forever, and we know that. So yeah, there you go, $500. I have a strategy, $500 starter position. I ain't adding anymore. I'll quadruple down if on the weekly crossover. That weekly crossover is gonna be money. That's it for the video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button.